The rule of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I feel like the Orlando Magic are doing that. I swear, how many seasons are we going to trade Aaron Gordon or think about trading Aaron Gordon? How many seasons are we going to be a borderline playoff team that is looking to get over the hump and then taking 2 steps back? Because we always take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So is this the year finally that we finally put it all together and we actually go from being, if we are a playoff team, being an 8th or 7th seed to actually being like an actual contender that we know we're not going to be swept? Let's talk about it. And before we start this video, I want to hear your comments down below. So let's talk about it. What to expect from the Orlando Magic. I like Steve Clifford as the basketball head coach, but I'd like to see more. Like, if we want to talk about Clifford's teams tend to be balanced on the offensive and defensive ends, though on the negative side, his Charlotte teams finished in the top 10 in offensive efficiency just once in 5 seasons. His team's low offensive rebounding numbers reflect his emphasis on running back on defense, which he's a guy who really likes to get back and fast break. They've never been a really good rebounding team, which I think it impedes this team because, look, you guys have a lot of athletes and a lot of players. And from watching this team for years, because I lived in Orlando during the between 04 and 2009, so I got to really see Stan Van Gundy. But I've been always a fan since then. It's just we don't rebound like we should be. I felt like we've been always one of the worst rebounding teams and I feel like Vucevic is a good rebounder, and I felt like if we had a coach emphasizing rebounding, Vucevic wouldn't have to be the guy who seems like he's always doing the rebounding. Maybe Mo Bamba would become a great rebounder and maybe develop even better. I just feel like there's stuff about Steve Clifford I like, and there's stuff I don't like about him. Let me know down below if you guys agree. Is Markelle ever going to get that shot back? Like, tell me down below if you guys actually believe he'll ever come back. But Markelle Fultz, he did have 5 assists last year, and he had a steal and almost a steal and a half a game. So it's really interesting to see that him starting to come together. Yeah, it's a lot later than we ever expected him to, and he did average 12 points a game. And the thing is with Markelle Fultz, will his shooting ever come? And it's just like he scores well from the inside. Will he be able to become, like, I think Markelle Fultz is either going to stay the same, and that's either going to be that, or if he does take a jump, it's this year. And if he does take a jump, I think he's going to become a 20-point scorer, 7 assists a game, and a guy with a PER of like 20. And he's got to be able to shoot his field goal. Like, he did shoot 46% from the floor, and he needs to keep that at least, but get it close to the 50 and at least try to get at least 31, 32 from 3. But if he can also get that free throw number up, like how he did in the postseason, where he was shooting in the postseason, he shot 40% from the field, 37.5 from 3. Okay, and this is a guy who, if he can get the numbers up and he can be an effective player and just make efficient basketball moves, I think he'll never be what we thought he was, but at least he could be a serviceable basketball player that way. Let me hear what you guys think Markelle Fultz should do. Will Jonathan Isaac come back the same? And I think he'll come back still being a great defender. I just think the problem now with Jonathan Isaac is, will his offensive game ever catch up? We saw I know this is going to be, so they're going to berate me for saying this, but Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, every time he showed offensive improvement in the league, he got hurt, which stunts your development as an offensive player. When every time you're having a role, you get hurt, so you lose that groove and you got to find it again. And that's why I'm scared. Like, Jonathan Isaac's shown those grooves, but like now he's playing really good in my opinion before he got hurt, and then he got hurt, and it's scary because we hadn't seen the full potential of Jonathan Isaac. So will this stunt his growth? I love that wingspan and everything about him, but I'm just scared that now it's just going to stunt his growth because of the injury. And, this team is trying to be a playoff team, not trying to develop. So hopefully Jonathan Isaacs can still be a good offensive player. I know he'll still be one of the best defenders in the NBA, even when he comes back from injury. It's just like, I really hope his offensive game catches up. Let me hear your comments down below if you really think he'll catch up, because I hope it does. I really hope he can become one of the best defensive players in the league and one of the best, 3-point or just inside scoring threats, just one of the best two-way players. I've said this multiple times through the draft process, and I have no problem reiterating myself right now, and that is, I don't like Cole Anthony. I think he's an inefficient shot chucker, essentially kind of like how Russell Westbrook is now. He tries to play with that cavalier, reckless abandonment style of play, and I really think he just got drafted off of high school hype. I don't like Cole Anthony. I want him to prove me wrong. If you're a Cole Anthony supporter, let me hear you in the comments down below. If you're a Cole Anthony hater, I really want to hear you in the comments down below and hit that like button. Because you know what? Cole Anthony, look, you got him, and you have Markelle Fultz. Kind of similar play right now. In the sense, I can't say that like saying, but they're both not going to be guys who are going to be shooting the three ball. They're not going to be spacing the floor. They're both going to be attacking the rim. They're both not the most. They both aren't going to get you 10 assists a game. Okay, they're not going to be shooting the most efficient shots in the game. So, is it because you both like the same style of play like that? Is that what you like, Steve Clifford, or do you really see there's potential in Cole Anthony? I personally don't. I think he could have slept further. I wouldn't have drafted him. I would have taken like Tyrese Maxey. Okay, I would have taken somebody with more length, more size, who could actually be a good defender. That's me. That's what I would have done. I don't know what to expect for this team anymore. When you look at the team, like when are we going to trade Aaron Gordon? Why are we going to keep saying and floating his name in trade rumors, and we're just not going to trade him? I feel like it's terrible for the guy's confidence, terrible for the guy's ego. It's terrible for team chemistry. Okay, this team also always floating people in trade rumors. Look, it's just, this team is interesting due to the fact that there's been so many players on this team that we didn't expect to stay so long, okay? We didn't expect Aaron Gordon to be on this team still. Like, I love the fact that he's still there, but we didn't expect him to be here. Every year it seems like he might be traded, okay? Next guy, Evan Fournier. I love him. He's developed into a great player, but he would be the third star on any championship contending team, okay? Or even the fourth star. But he's our second or sometimes even first leading scorer in games. Mo Bamba, when are you going to develop? Yeah, I know you led us in blocks, but come on, I want you on consistent minutes. You need to move Nikola Vucevic out of the starting lineup. I love Vucevic. I think he's a great modern-day center, and I think he could be a modern-day center on a winning team, on like not a national championship because it's college basketball, but on a NBA Finals team. And I feel like really bad that his years are getting wasted away in Orlando. His best year, sorry, that was my jewel that just fell. And it's just interesting to see. Either way, this team is going to be, again, either a late lottery team or a borderline playoff team, middle of the pack, basically. Might make the 8th seed, might do what they did this year and get just swept again. But yeah, you have a bunch of length and a bunch of space and perimeter-centric players who are good at just being transition players and 3-and-D. But it's not going to work. Because, look, you guys are going to be stuck in the same rut, and I feel terrible about it. I love this team. It's one of my favorite teams, but we don't have any direction. We don't have a star player. We don't have a franchise cornerstone. So where are we? I think at this point, we either trade everything for a star player, or we got to go and look for a guy who could be the future, okay? So tank. I don't know what to expect anymore. Let's find a direction. Can we have like a D&D done, like some deep catalysts into our team, and tell us and find a direction or find a way to give us a plan so in 5 years we can at least have can be contending for basketball on a regular basis? That's all I ask. Let me hear your comments down below, guys. That was the video, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys do have a great day, because I know I will. Till next, guys. Puppies out.